Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Thank goodness. And thank you for being here. 888-900-3393, jam-packed show again today to finish things off for the week. And, of course, Jeffy's filling in for me with Keith
baby. Looking
next
forward
week.
to it.
Yeah, as I'm going to my baby daughter is getting married.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I know. Sweet and weird, and it just doesn't. Where'd the time go? Where'd the time go? Like I tell her all the time, and she agrees. I wish you were still 4. I'd like to go through that period again. It was great.
Would you?
But she's not 4, so.
Would you, though?
I would. Yeah, I would.
you?
Taking the boys to baseball and having my kids young again, that would have been, yes. I miss those times. You don't miss those times?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're going to make us cry on a Friday, aren't you?
You don't appreciate them enough.
No, you do not.
When you're doing it.
No, you do
and
not.
then you look back and you're like, how
That
did
was so
I
fun.
not
That was so fun.
appreciate that
I know.
more?
I know.
Yeah, really something. So, hey, good news, though. Another $2 billion package has been approved for Ukraine.
It's about time.
$2 billion. It had been, I think it had been like 4 or 5 days. No, it hadn't.
No, because Biden was over there giving him $500 million.
No, that's right.
In person. And then we got another clip later today that you're going to have.
I'm gonna play it now. I'm gonna play it right now.
Janet Yellen is speaking, and she's great.
Let me ask
by
you
the
something.
way.
Are you gelling with Yellen?
I'm not, though.
Especially after this?
I'm not.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
Clip 9.
I'm not gelling with Yellen.
But here she
Economic
is.
assistance is making Ukraine's resistance possible by supporting the home front, funding critical public services, and helping keep the government running. In the coming months, we expect to provide around $10 billion in additional
Another
economic support
$10
for Ukraine.
billion. Okay.
Putin himself thought he would achieve a victory at minimal cost, in the words of CIA Director Bill Burns. 1 year later, Putin's war has been a strategic failure for the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Ukraine still stands.
Let me ask you a question. Why not just give them all our money right now and just save on the transfer fees and things?
Oh,
Why don't
yeah.
we just give it all to them?
Doing it all now?
Yeah. Yeah. What is our GDP? Is it 18, 20 trillion a year now? Just give it to them. Because eventually they're going to have it anyway.
Honestly.
And,
But
we can
you're right.
avoid all the fees and penalties right now just by giving it to them.
I hate the ACH transfer fees that show
Yeah.
up in
Yes.
your bank
They
account.
piss me off.
And
I
so
don't know
all
about
we're
you.
doing is just kind of looping that. And we, like you said, just open the door. Just here's the treasury.
Right.
Come on in. Remember now. Remember, Ukraine has received through December 363
From the world. About 200 billion from us. Over
Right.
200 billion
right.
now.
And that's
Well
just
over.
and so now we're adding this on from the last 6-7 weeks. Like, it's insanity. It's just insanity, man.
And we got this from Volodymyr. Zelensky marked the first anniversary of the war yesterday by saying, "We will defeat everyone." He said, "We are strong. We are ready for anything. We will defeat everyone." This is how it began on February 24th, 2022. So I guess he said that earlier today, Ukraine time.
Yeah.
The longest day of our lives, the most difficult day in our recent history. We woke up early and haven't slept since. So they're strong. They're ready for anything, and they will defeat everyone. Well, good. What do you need us for then? Sounds like you got this under control.
Good.
Do it. I'm all about that. If you're strong and ready and you're going to defeat everybody, you don't need our help.
I think you're going to
No, you
defeat
do
the
not.
Federal Reserve is who you're going to defeat. You're
Well,
gonna
they did that already.
You're going to
Yeah, that's a
defeat
long time
our
ago.
printing presses.
They crushed our printing presses a long time
those
ago.
those have got to be on fire. Man, they have not shut off.
No. Nope. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, people complain about the aid we give to Israel, which is what, $3 billion a year? But we give it to them, once a year. Here, knock yourselves out. I mean,
Now, if we give everything right now to Ukraine, the rest of you are out of luck. Sorry. Sorry about it.
except no.
We'll just keep printing.
That's not how it works.
So
No, we're still committed to everybody else.
Oh.
And Ukraine.
Oh,
GDP
okay.
is 23 trillion.
Wow, that's 23 trillion. I remember when recently it was just 15. 23 trillion. Shoo. That's a pretty good GDP. Does it say what China's is?
17
All right.
trillion.
And we were predicted years and years ago that they were going to overtake us, which they have not.
Right, but they are now, they were stopped off and talked to Vlad in Russia. And now we saw reports this morning that China is asking for peace talks.
Yeah. And so
I can't wait to see that peace plan.
If China,
wow, I know, but
if China accomplishes that instead of us, everything's upside down. That's the whole world is topsy-turvy. And watch that happen.
It's going to happen.
Watch that happen.
And
then it's going to be follow the leader, China.
Yep.
So,
and you can follow me as we take over Taiwan too, because sure we want peace in Ukraine and Russia, but we're gonna. This is ours.
We just sent 200 troops to Taiwan. That'll stop the tide of the Chinese if they attack, won't it? There we go. All right,
you whole 200.
Rest easy. We got 200 troops over there now.
Good.
Oh, I don't want any troops, but if you're going to send troops, 200. I said. Well, they're advisors. They're probably
we have more.
Advisors.
We do have more over there, though, right? Honestly, I don't know.
We do that. This is just an extra 200 for them, because just to make them feel good.
Okay. Yeah.
There's 200 Americans over here where nothing can happen to us.
Fine,
that's what they're thinking right now.
Get out of here.
I tell you, what a world. Also, the Taliban is apparently learning what it's like to govern a country, and they're not that pleased with it. Watch this guy explain all that.
The Taliban said they're tired of working desk jobs. This is the funniest ever, because only a few months ago they were playing bumper cars celebrating taking over Afghanistan. They were out there in carnival rides. They were out with the homies on these duck boats at one point with rocket launchers. They even took the homies out to get ice cream. And they were all posting this on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook. They had press conferences like this. They were like, we're the Taliban. We run this. And now they're tired of it. They don't want to work these office jobs. They're complaining to the media. They're legit complaining. They're writing articles about this. I'm not even joking. One dude said, all we had to do in the past was just plan to attack the enemies. And now if someone's hungry, I'm directly responsible for it. No, you're running a government, dude. What? This guy gets a little bit too relatable. He's like, I can't afford to live in the city that I work in, so I got to commute. This guy's like, the traffic sucks. It used to not be this bad. This dude at the bottom just discovered that if he doesn't show up, his pay gets docked. What a novel concept, right? This is all legit. I'm not joking. They didn't message me. They interviewed with all these folks, and they legitimately hate office jobs. We couldn't destroy the Taliban. Office work destroyed the Taliban. What did they have, like a return to office email? Is like the CEO of the Taliban, like, we ran the numbers, we ran the metrics, and everybody's more productive in the office. So come February, well, everyone 4 days a week, we're gonna be there.
Just what's happening here.
Yeah.
Everybody being called back into the office. We don't like it either.
And they are unhappy about it.
They're unhappy. Yeah. So I guess they learned that from us. We set the example for them. You don't have to go into the office anymore. So apparently they do.
Even the ones that are setting out for saying it's only 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Right? They're saying, do you have to come back for 4 days? And that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much.
They're crybabies. Yeah. What was the other thing? Speaking of this this workforce that we're enjoying right now, there was another snowflake story we had today.
Oh, we had a meme from a Columbus, Ohio business owner trying to hire some people, but you have to have a qualification.
What?
Do we have the...
Wait, you got to be qualified for a job in order to get the job?
Kayla, do you have the sign
There
of
it
the... there you go, all right.
Non-stupid people.
And now hiring non-stupid people.
Good luck with that.
That's a challenge.
That's a big challenge.
Yeah, I mean, we already know one chick that's not qualified for that job. Can we play that chick? She's clip 15. She's fun. She's
North to me is straight.
North is straight. North is straight.
North to me is wherever I'm going straight. That's where it throws me off.
So you think north is just straight.
Or up.
And you think west is left.
Never eat shredded wheat, yes. I can't understand why we have north, east, south, west when we have left, right, up, down. What is the point? What is the point?
It's a joke, though, right? Is she kidding? Is that a real thing?
Okay. All right.
It's just a bit.
These are the people we share the planet with. I don't think it's a bit, Jeffy.
I bet it's not.
Okay.
I bet she really believes that.
I mean, the look on his face was like, this can't be real. And what was this? What was this little thing? She was a little cheat sheet. Never eat shredded wheat. How was she remembering east and west on that. That's what she said.
I don't know. That's what she said.
Never eat shredded wheat. I don't know.
North. East,
got it. Okay.
South.
Eat shredded.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that is
Yeah. Is that weird? Because nobody goes that direction. That in that order with north, south, east, west, right? Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, north, south, east, west. Yeah.
I just did. Never eat. Oh no, except the eat.
Yeah, she's going
north.
So she's going
north, east,
northeast.
So N-E.
Shredded
wheat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to go. It seems like a lot of trouble to just know your directions.
Yeah.
You just know your cardinal directions. Oh, you were taught that, Daniel? Oh wow, okay. Never heard.
Is she talking about the GPS thing? Because in my car, when I use GPS, if I have it on a certain mode, it will show you going north, and sometimes north is the opposite way. It feels like you're traveling.
We
so
have
you switch
interstates
just
not
go straight,
far
and you're
from
going
us.
north. If you go straight, then you're going north.
Yes, and I think that's what she might be referencing.
We have interstates in the DFW that have 35 northwest drive.
I know it splits off. That's the first thing when you move here. You're like, wait, but
what?
There's
also
35.
I swear that 114 supposedly goes east and west, but there are definitely times on that freeway when it's going north and south.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
right.
So it's all confusing to me too. I'm with her.
Exactly.
I'm with her. We're just going straight.
You know what? It's
from now
not
on.
a bit.
Try this. Try
Never
this.
eat shredded wheat.
Yeah, exactly. Try that. See if that works for you.
Okay, I will. All right. When next time I'm driving, I'm going to think never eat shredded wheat, which has been a good rule of thumb my entire life
until the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It has.
I don't know if I could even have shredded. Probably it's not sugar oriented, right? That's so. It's like that is like eating a bowl of sticks.
I like
shredded wheat.
I like frosted shredded wheat.
Well, yeah. But there again, you're kind of defeating the purpose, right?
Here are the best cereals if you have diabetes.
Like
Total.
Hang on.
Your special K4 or whatever it is.
Basic 4.
Yeah, it doesn't have a list. It's like
grape
you have to
nuts.
subscribe to this.
Grape nuts.
Grape nuts are good though.
But the only way you can stomach grape nuts is to dump sugar all over them. Yes.
I disagree with that.
Yes.
No.
Eat them before they get soggy, right? So you got to eat them really fast.
Put sugar on them though.
And you dump sugar all over them. Honey.
Honey on your cereal?
I don't want your bougie sauce on my grape nuts. Okay. All right. Again, though, we still have this tower of cereal over here.
Jeffy's going to take that today.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Will you take it?
Yeah,
Please
my
take
kids
it.
will eat all that crap.
Well, yeah, they will. So take it. They shouldn't go to waste. If I put it in the kitchen, it'll probably just be thrown away by these health nuts that work here. So, everybody under the age of 30 is like, I'm not eating that. I can't eat that. That's nothing but sugar. That's like a bowl
tofu
of
cereal. I can't have that.
I eat avocado toast only.
Right. And you notice they don't have diabetes, so
Might actually
maybe there's
be a
something
good thing.
to it. Yeah, maybe there's something to it. Hey, Pete Buttigieg, our transportation secretary,
You love them.
actually transported himself to East Palestine yesterday.
He got there.
He got there, and he was looking pretty dapper
Yeah.
in his outfit.
Look at there. All right.
Handsome man. Look at that.
Right. What were you saying? Something about his boots or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
Damn handsome man.
he was wearing dress boots. You're walking through toxic waste, my friend.
I love Ian Miles Chong posted that photo on Twitter yesterday and said, caption this, to which I said, it's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Oh,
Because
good. Yeah,
you can see,
that's
he's
a good
totally
one.
the, he's like the missing
There you go.
member of
He should
the
be
village
photoshopped
people.
into that.
He
That'd
should
be funny.
be photoshopped.
That would be funny.
I appreciate something that Tyler Morgan, boy, he looks out of place. Tyler Morgan sent us this morning. You know how they do these Halloween costumes now? Well, here is Transportation Secretary, includes hard hat, vest, not included, qualifications. There is your Transportation Secretary, Pete
Zero
Buttigieg.
qualifications.
Boy, he looked like a fish out of water yesterday every time they had the camera on him.
And he's got the construction vest. And there's a white construction worker right there.
Well,
Right? Pete Buttigieg.
That's what he said we
there.
need to push back against.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep. I don't know where he got the whites are overrepresented in the construction industry,
I don't
but
either.
he must have never been to Texas because I don't know that there is a white construction worker in this state. Is there? If there is, I haven't seen one.
And that's one of the questions he got yesterday was, hey, you went to this thing last week, and you talked about the racial makeup of construction sites, but you didn't even say anything about this town. Anyway.
Was that the first clip here?
Let's see here.
Let's just play the Pete Buttigieg stuff.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, just play whatever you want.
Yeah, just start with yesterday on day 21, Buttigieg showing up, and here's what he said.
First tweet expressing concern for the residents of East Palestine a week and a half after the accident happened. In hindsight, was that waiting too long to express anything hours after you had addressed the makeup of work crews on highway construction projects just that very day?
The answer to your question is yes. I felt strongly about this and could have expressed that sooner. Again, I was taking pains to respect the role that I have and the role that I don't have, but that should not have stopped me from weighing in about how I felt about what was happening to this community.
If it meant so much to him, you would think he would have mentioned
it. He said
it meant so much. He couldn't put it into words.
Couldn't speak about it.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I mean, you've had that problem all the time.
All the time.
Things that mean so much to you.
That I never
speak of it. Speak about it.
It means so much to me, I can't talk about it.
So he didn't speak about it, didn't show up there.
Didn't go.
And he was asked, why didn't you come and visit?
Was it a mistake not to come here sooner?
What I tried to do was balance two things. My desire to be involved and engaged and on the ground, which is how I am generally wired to act, and my desire to follow the norm of transportation secretaries, allowing NTSB to really lead the initial stages of the public-facing work.
Okay, so he wanted NTSB to get there first.
I see.
He didn't want to get in their way.
Do they even have a head guy yet?
NTSB?
Yeah, I think the FAA and the NTSB all have interim leaders.
So I think the NCAA does as well. So
no, I think that
whole
guy's
thing's
in
screwed
charge.
up. The whole thing. It's just all right down the drain. But the most unfortunate thing he said probably came during this response.
Oh, no.
Both information and misinformation injected into this situation, none of which is to the benefit of the community when it comes to that misinformation.
Did Norfolk?
So I think... So I lost my train of thought.
Poor choice of words.
A little Bidenism there.
Lost my train of thought.
Boy, that's right. Oh, my.
There we go.
Nice pickup on that last train.
Jeffy doesn't like it.
All right.
Oh, stop.
He's just talking with people.
But see, we're doing to them what they do to
That's
us.
true. Right. That's true.
The whole boots thing. Do you remember how they reacted to Melania?
Yes.
When she wore shoes to something that they didn't like. I don't know. Shut up. Same with the boots here.
So did you guys see the...
Do we have the picture of his boots?
No, we couldn't find one.
The wastewater from Ohio is now in Harris County, down near Houston.
What?
It's in Deer Park. Already 500,000 gallons have already been transported to Harris County. 2 million are expected in total. That'll be cool.
Transported in what way? There's not a natural way.
Did they put it on a train? Like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Isn't that weird? That's weird.
They're shipping. Yeah, I think they're shipping it down, right? Because it goes through another.
Is the shipping
system.
and handling of toxic water extra?
It is actually.
It is?
Yes, it is actually.
So,
and I believe those damn people at Norfolk Southern are going to pay for it.
So the company, they're in Deer Park, Texas. They dispose of potentially dangerous wastewater.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, that's kind of what they do.
That's why they transport
Which I wonder if that has anything to do with that list that we never got to this week of Houston being the dirtiest city in America.
Yeah. Number one,
Houston
baby.
is not the dirtiest city in America.
Gosh.
Oh, bro.
Shut up.
You got to let it go.
We went down there years ago, and you loved it.
Years ago, it wasn't the dirtiest city in America.
It's still not. It is not the dirtiest city. Are you kidding me? People don't crap in the streets in Houston like they do in San Francisco. Come on.
That's a fair point.
Los Angeles.
I know. San Francisco.
Show me the tent cities in Houston. I can show them to you in Seattle, Portland,
I'm sure
San Francisco,
Houston
Los
probably
Angeles.
has them now, since pretty much every
might.
city in America has a tent city.
Hey, they might.
That's true.
In fact, and this reminds me of that GPS video you just brought up, Los Angeles. What was this, clip 13? The GPS. I mean, it's so fascinating, this technology, how they can update it in real time with what's happening. I love this device and what it's able to do. This is a guy driving in LA.
Warning, pothole on road ahead.
Oh, cool.
Warning smash and grab robbery at small business on the left.
Oh, wow.
Warning pothole on road ahead.
Oh, no.
At the encampment fire, make a right. Warning pothole on road ahead. Warning pothole on road ahead. Pothole on road ahead.
Oh, it's Fort Worth.
Warning
Now we got it.
pothole on road ahead.
All right.
That's good. That's really good.
That's a cool GPS deal.
That's funny.
There, right?
Yeah. My GPS cost me $200 to upgrade every year. And that seems like it was upgrading to the minute.
No doubt.
Which is pretty nice.
No doubt.
Hold on. You still have an old school GPS?
They charge you for GPS to upgrade?
That's what I'm jumping on here. What?
What is the question?
You have to pay for GPS upgrades every year?
Yeah.
Is it in the car?
In my car. In my car. Yeah.
It's amazing.
The built-in one in the car.
I have a computer called a phone.
Yeah, I know. I don't like to use the phone.
My GPS goes.
Yeah, I don't want
everywhere.
to use the actual computer in your hand.
Right.
I don't want to use that. That'd be
I
silly.
use a computer in my car. It's what I got the car for. Really, was the GPS.
Do the tires come with this GPS?
Yeah, they did, which was convenient. So it did roll and tell me where to go.
Wow.
Yeah. It's great.
That's pretty sweet.
It's great. Good. All right. Speaking of this brilliant administration, man, do they know how to govern this place, don't they? Yesterday, a spokesperson for this government, KJP, was asked if Joe Biden himself may be headed to Ohio anytime soon.
Please.
The president going to go to Ohio, Kareem?
I don't have at this time, I don't have anything to read out or announce on a travel to Ohio. But once again, we've had EPA on the ground, we've had DOT, Secretary Buttigieg is there today.
Sure.
We've had FEMA.
That's
we've
enough.
had HHS, CDC. I mean, we have had a multi.
I mean, leave us alone.
How many departments do you want?
Department of Agriculture is there. We have the farm representative, not the farm representative, but the assistant to the director, to his secretary's person.
And I'm sure the FBI
the
is
Farm
there,
Bureau.
the NRA is there, the
the
NTSB,
local offices, sure.
I mean,
all there.
That train made a mistake.
Come on.
If it wanted attention from the president, it should have derailed in Ukraine. And then he would have been all over it.
Yep. Incredible. Then she had an unfortunate slip of the tongue.
Oh, no.
Another one of
Hard
these?
to believe,
Oh,
but
no.
here it is.
Okay, so today, as you all saw just an hour or so ago, President Obama announced that.
Wait, what?
Pardon me, President Biden.
Whoa! Lucy, you got some
That
blood
is
on the door. A little slip there. Why? Because that's who's running things behind the scenes.
It sure
That's
feels
why
that way, right?
7 years after his departure, we're still slipping up and saying
Right.
President Obama. Huh. Interesting. Isn't that fascinating?
Called out another president's name.
We mentioned it the other day, but he has got to hate knowing that some people believe, that Joe Biden
is in charge.
Has got more votes than him.
Oh, and got more votes. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
That stat has got to eat him alive.
That's why he disparaged him so badly when he went to the White. Well, both times he's been to the White House recently. He ignored him.
Coming of the king.
Dismissed
the
him.
return of the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in fairness, he may have just been trying to avoid getting felt up. Don't be checking out my arms there, Joe.
You've got muscles. Oh, yeah.
No,
Look like you could still play basketball.
That's it.
Barack.
Michelle's there.
So Vice President Kamala Harris was her usual genius yesterday when she was discussing the environment.
She's awesome, by the way.
Great.
She's awesome. I hope the Democrats put her in the running for president of the United States. Because
give everybody a chance to vote for her because she is great. This is cut 6.
Every day, Joe Biden and I talk about and work together with our partners, like former leader Hoyer, current leader Hoyer, to lower the cost for the people of our nation, because you are a leader. For working families, we have reduced heating and electricity bills.
What?
So folks have more money in their pocket to buy things like school supplies, replace the dishwasher, or take a family vacation.
Does anyone within the sound of her voice believe that?
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's just lie and double down on it.
What was the stat we had the other day about the electricity rates?
Okay, so we were reading a story.
44 cents per kilowatt, right?
That was in Massachusetts. And here, we've gotten off easy in Texas. Ours only
7
went
to
for
14.
7 to 14.
Yep.
Either way you look at it, it
You're
ain't
up.
lower.
No. Much higher.
There's nothing lower.
It's at least double pretty much everywhere.
There's nothing lower. There may have had some items that went down in price after they have gone up.
Right.
Yeah,
but
like
there's
gas.
nothing
And
lower.
that's
There's
what they
nothing
tried to
gone
lean
down.
on. It's
like gas.
pathetic. It's just such a lie.
But she did remind us how much other good this administration is doing for you. And I hope you appreciate it.
Okay.
Awesome.
When I think about then anything that is about climate, we're talking about the environment.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about extreme changes to the climate that manifest itself in a number of ways, including extreme weather events. Think
we never had
my home
those
state
before.
of California, wildfires to hurricanes, tornadoes.
Yeah, never had them before.
Think
That's
about
weird.
the climate issue in the
Yeah,
context
think about
of
it.
what we need to do to deal with, for example,
Extreme
heat. And what that means
And what
in
that means.
urban communities where there's only asphalt that just actually exasperates
heat
the
like that
heat
before.
effect, and where there are no trees.
You mean
no
and
trees.
what that means in
Right.
terms of the
In terms
public
of-
health consequences of that.
No, right.
And what that means
Right. In terms of...
She's the Vice President of the United States of America.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. We've never
I'm
had
saying
hurricanes.
she's the Vice President of the United States of America.
How often do hurricanes hit California? Just
never. They never do.
Well, that's what she said.
Yeah.
My home state of California constantly,
Okay.
it goes through all the different natural disasters. If you're going to go through natural disasters in California, I mean, there's a lot you could get to before you have to land on hurricanes. You got the wildfires, the mudslides.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about earthquakes? Anyhow, but that was so bad. I mean, you guys were talking. Did you hear that? She goes, exasperates. I mean, she doesn't even know how to use words. No, I think you mean it exacerbates the heat, the asphalt does?
No, it exasperates
it. Exasperates it.
Yeah, she knew what she was saying.
So dumb. Everybody in this administration just sucks. That's my take.
It's a good take, Keith. It's a solid take.
There's nobody in this administration.
I'm not going to argue with them.
Nope.
I'm not going to argue
I mean,
with
who can you look at and just say, well, I mean, at least they got so-and-so. At least he's an honorable. No! There's nobody in this administration you can look at.
Yeah, let's think. Is there a single person that you could say, they're doing an okay job? No. Not that I could think of. Who would you... I mean, they're all
You
so
raised the
bad.
bar. I just said good person. You said doing a good job. Oh, we're definitely never getting there. Either of those.
Well, the guy who runs the IRS, they got to be doing a good job.
Oh, no. Somebody's trying to avoid an audit.
Who runs the IRS?
I don't know.
Doug O'Donnell. I mean,
Doug
obviously.
O'Donnell's got to be a
Oh, I love Doug O'Donnell so much.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you're listening, Doug, I love you.
Keep doing it, man.
I mean, you made
Whatever
a
it
great
is
point
you're doing.
about Mayor Pete, who still, by the way, is the transportation secretary, going by his Mayor Pete handle.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really?
It's everybody calls him Mayor Pete. It's amazing that how many times in the past in this country have we actually discussed the transportation secretary?
Almost never. I mean, very rarely.
And now it's just one thing after
very
another.
rarely.
I
couldn't even name
one. Right. Right.
LaHood, he was transportation secretary. Can't remember even his first name.
Was he from Pennsylvania? Was he the? I don't. Honestly,
somewhere
I don't
in the
remember.
United States. I don't really know.
Who are you
Can you
talking
prove
about?
that?
No.
Okay.
I could look it up on Google. I could Google it.
What was the question?
Have you updated your Google?
LaHood, first name and whereabouts.
Ron LaHood?
Ron LaHood.
Ron?
I thought it was Ron, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it.
You
'cause-
liked him?
Yeah. Oh,
Ron
did I
LaHood.
like him? No, I just remembered his last name.
Yeah, because he was out hawking something for a while.
Yeah. I think he was hawking transportation for a while.
No, it was,
That's his thing.
He's like,
Ray
Americans
LaHood.
should-
Ray LaHood.
Ray.
Ron,
Ray.
Roy, who cares?
But that's the point. We just didn't have to
Right.
care. And now it's ships in the harbor. It's trains going off the rails. What was the other one? I forgot. What was the third
I
crisis?
apologize to the one
Well,
guy.
there was a trucking thing.
The trucking,
trucking thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Apologize to the one guy at home going, Ray! Ray!
Ray LaHood, you moron!
I went to school with that guy. Get it right.
More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Traffic and weather together every 4 minutes on the Tuesday.
That almost works.
Not quite, though. Not quite. Got some tweets here. Dirty Mule tweets, I hope we're not sending that money to Ukraine via Venmo. That might cause some IRS problems.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to get in hot water with Doug O'Donnell.
You really don't. Sons
No,
of Thunder 42, can we stop giving the Ukraine billions of dollars at a time and give them the $1 trillion coin?
Oh, yeah, just get it over with.
Or two of them, There
you go.
Why stop at one when two will be better? It's twice as good. Am I right? Dan the Man tweets, how long before the Taliban does a 2-week lockdown? Pathead T, if we send more than 200 troops to Taiwan, we would have to worry about Taiwan tipping over and capsizing, of course. James the unvaccinated jackhole, pour grape nuts over a bowl of vanilla ice cream in the morning. Frozen
That's not
milk.
bad.
That sounds pretty good.
It does, actually.
And then Trisha Twist suggests grape nuts with vanilla oat milk. Warm in the microwave sometimes. All right.
Quit trying to be healthy. Oat milk.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I mean, how much more do you need?
Right.
Get soy milk and chill it. It's so good.
And from Kamalaologist, Generation A. Oh, this is from your comment yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Kamalapologist. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Not, okay. Kamalapologist says Generation A, Adam, Eve, and Jeffy. I guess that makes him the snake?
Whatever.
Oh, good point.
You didn't think that through, did you, yesterday?
No,
you really didn't think that through.
Looking for a funny line.
Well, next time, think it through.
Okay.
All right? So that you don't turn out to be Satan.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Too late. Too late.
Also yesterday, Jim Jordan and a group of Republicans in Congress were along the border of Arizona talking to officials there. Yeah. Jordan noted who wasn't in attendance on the trip.
Okay.
It's a shame that not one Democrat member of Congress would join us on this trip despite having weeks of advance notice. It's disappointing, but it's not surprising. In fact, the Democrats have called this a stunt.
Oh, geez.
I would argue it's not a stunt. Not what we've... My guess is our witnesses wouldn't call it a stunt. What we've learned today from them, what we've seen last night on the border, but it's disappointing that they're not here. Democrats dismiss the experiences of these real people that we've had a chance to visit with the last 24 hours, people affected by the Biden border crisis, and Democrats seem to believe that solutions can only come from bureaucrats in Washington. We actually think they come from the American people.
Why isn't he Speaker of the House? Why?
I know.
I don't get it.
Yep.
I don't get it.
They met with officials at a large hospital there in Tucson, and let's see, this hospital, I think it was in 6 months' time, they had spent $26 million on uncompensated expenditures on taking care of illegals that went to their hospital. And they're like, yeah.
And they like that?
We're about to go out of business.
Well,
This
yeah.
is
I mean,
unsustainable.
Yuma is about ready to just shutter everything, right? Yeah. I mean, the one story talked about Yuma having 100,000 residents, and they get 6,000 illegal crossings at its border every week. So,
but the border is secure.
It's just
we
criminal.
all know that.
It's such negnect of our nation.
And again, the Democrats don't give a rat's
No, they
anus.
don't. They're just liars.
Yeah.
I heard the news report about them not going to this thing, and they said, "What's his face? Pants from New York."
Oh, Jerry Nadler. I knew what that meant.
He said that they weren't given notice, and yet Jordan was like, here's proof.
They were given weeks worth
3 weeks. They followed
notice.
Protocol completely.
Yeah.
And you don't give us this, let's come together and find a solution. And what? Okay, here's your chance to go down to the border to talk to people face to face. Oh, what a stunt this is. What the hell you want?
Oh, man. I can't take it. And then we got Republicans like Mitt Romney. And with Republicans like Mitt Romney, who needs Democrats? Guy's going after Marjorie Taylor Greene because of her comments on the national divorce. I mean, he said, I think Abraham Lincoln dealt with that kind of insanity. We're not going to divide the country. It's united we stand, divided we fall. And if our backs should ever be against the wall, we'll be together. Together, you and me.
Romney said all that?
Well, except for... I'm paraphrasing.
Did
just
you?
a
Okay,
tad.
a little bit there. Tad. I thought, wow.
I'm not sure he broke out in the United Brotherhood of Man song.
Well, he should have. It would have been more effective.
But it would have. And have you ever seen this guy speak out against a Democrat? No. Speak out against this administration? Nope. Joe Biden, Dianne Feinstein, who's lost it. Who, bless her heart, I don't wish anything ill on her, but she's got Alzheimer's disease and everybody knows it. And you can't speak up about what's going on in our government. You got to take after MTG for some reason. Wake up, you people. Wake up.
Frustrating.
And is Marjorie Taylor Greene serious about a national divorce? I mean, it expresses a sentiment.
It does express a
about
sentiment,
the way the rest of us feel, since we can't get together on anything, including protecting children and women. Can't even do that anymore. And so you wonder, wow, what would it be like if we could just live our principles and values in the U.S. Constitution in certain areas and let them do what they want? But nobody, I don't know that anybody's serious about it. I think MTG might be. She might be.
So might Keith Malinak. The only problem there is...
It's just not going to happen.
Right. Is that, you're never going to get a peaceful handshake and let's go our separate ways. And I posted this on Twitter a couple days ago. Give me an argument against a national divorce. And, it's the same thought that I have. From my perspective, it's the private property owners. That if you're in a blue state, right, and you're ready to move over to the red side or whatever, I mean, you're going to show up here without any... It's just so intertwined and it's complicated. And so, unfortunately, it sounds good, and I would love it to happen in a very peaceful... But there's just...
It would also lead to a U.S. Civil War.
Well, that's the problem.
Which
that's
we
why I say.
Don't really need.
Which is
right
different
now.
than a divorce, right? You just wanna...
No, I'm going to go out on a limb and say we don't need that.
No, we don't.
Are you?
Yeah, you know what?
It's a bold statement.
I'm going to agree
Jeff.
with you on that. You said it, not me.
I did. But you agreed with that bold
the idea
statement.
That we don't need it.
Which in and of itself is also bold.
So I guess we better fix what we have. Is I
fix
guess
what we have.
The bottom line.
That would be nice.
And it's going to be so easy.
I mean, there's a lot to fix.
Yeah, there is. You know what might fix it is just a massive black hole swallowing us all.
All right, sign me up.
There's a renegade.
Where do I sign?
A renegade black hole, which I didn't know was possible.
I don't think
until
they
I read this story.
I didn't know these things moved.
They didn't either. They said they didn't think that it would break away like that.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
It's really weird. How does a black hole break away and take off and leave behind it trailing stars? Just pulling them along for the ride.
Yeah, I think it was. And you obviously have the story, but I believe they said it was like the size of 20 million.
20
of our
million
suns.
suns.
Oh God!
The black hole is the size of 20 million suns.
They're calling that a hole?
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's like that's a gap, all right, man.
Jeez. And it's so big and so powerful that it's dragging other stars behind it. Look at that. There's an actual photo of it.
I know.
That's an actual photo.
That's as close as you can get. The first two people got sucked in.
Oh,
and this guy, we can only go this close.
Yeah.
Just no. Was he hanging out there sketching it too long? The first two guys?
Get closer, get close. Oh.
So this is the first of its kind that they've ever glimpsed.
How far away is it though? Is it? It's just right around the corner.
It's right in the neighborhood.
It's right there.
Yeah. I mean, you take a left, you go to the moon, take a left, you're almost there.
Wait, do I go straight like the lady was saying? I just go straight.
I'll tell you this, if you have not updated your GPS, you're not finding it.
No, that's right.
Okay, so
is it worth the $200 though?
It is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is located 7.5 billion miles from Earth.
Oh, we got time, right?
Yeah, we got a little time.
Okay, good. Woo.
At the speed of light, it would take 7.5 billion years to get
Oh,
here.
good. I thought it was going to change my weekend plans. But you're saying I got a little bit more time.
A little more time.
Okay.
Follow-up observations showed that the streak measures more than 200,000 light years long, roughly twice the width of the Milky Way.
Yeah.
And is thought to be made of compressed gas that's actively forming stars. The gas trails a black hole that's estimated to measure, as we mentioned, 20 million times the mass of the sun and is speeding away from its home galaxy at 3.5 million miles per hour. That is hauling some A.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But we still have time, you say. We got at least the weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or roughly 4,500 times the speed of sound. Okay, 3.5 million miles an hour. That's fast. According to researchers, the streak points right to the center of the galaxy where a supermassive black hole would normally sit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's the one that Muse sang about, the supermassive black hole.
Now, we had a meteorite hit last week in McAllen, Texas, and we actually now have video from someone's Ring camera. And you don't get to see it, but you at least get to hear it. Can we play that?
Was that it?
There was. You heard the...
Roll it back one more time.
You heard the boom,
That's
right?
when it enters the atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going beyond the speed of sound, obviously. Created a sonic boom.
Mm-hmm.
People must have been freaked, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Scared the chickens there,
too. To be honest, I don't even know if they knew about it.
Oh, no, they got a lot of reports. They had a lot of reports on that thing.
I mean, a sonic boom like that, I haven't experienced a sonic boom in a really long time.
It's been a long time. The space shuttles used to
all the time.
do it all the time in Florida. You know, I used to get them all the time when they returned.
Yeah.
And now nothing.
When we lived close to Air Force bases, you'd hear them. But I don't know that they do that anymore, or are they just too careful?
We got plenty of military jets flying over my neck of the woods.
Look at the story, the way they describe the size and the weight. I mean, this is the most ridiculous description for a meteorite. How do they do this?
The size of a Pembroke Welsh Corgi.
You got that?
There you go.
So there you go.
That's a weird description.
That's the Queen's dog.
And get this, weighing around the total weight of 4 baby elephants. What about one adult or 2 adults? No, 4 babies. So don't confuse the issue here. It weighed like 4 baby elephants. And that happened near McAllen, Texas, Wednesday. The impact took place around 6 p.m., and there were some eyewitnesses to it.
See?
How about that?
And if you find some, let them know that you've got a piece of it. Don't try to be selling it on your own.
Whatever, man.
NASA'd like to investigate it.
Keeping that.
It had the energy of 8 tons of TNT.
Whew.
So that's a pretty big impact.
A lot going on there.
Yeah. I mean, that was just Welsh Corgi size. Imagine if it would have been an American Malamute size.
I swear, whoever was in charge of that press release.
And see, that's the thing. When by the time the black hole gets here, it's going to be the size of what? One of those little yappy foot dogs, even smaller than the corgis, right?
Yes.
So we're fine.
So
don't worry about it.
I mean, look at this. A Pembroke Welsh Corgi height is 10 to 12 inches.
Yeah, that's the Queen's dog, right?
Yeah, so 27. Whoever wrote that press release was like, all right, give me some things that are this size here.
And they picked the Corgi because that's the dumbest one of all.
That is ridiculous. Couldn't they just say a small dog? No, they had to be very specific and be like, no, put in the most complicated name you can come up with for a dog.
And they did. And they did. I love this story, too. Do you remember, was it just in May we talked about the former Clinton aide who took his own life and actually became the 148th person on the Clinton death list?
I thought it was more than that.
It depends on which one there's over 400 on one of these lists.
Thank you.
But it's like in the 150 range on other lists.
For real, you're only going to believe the 150.
I only believe the 150.
Yeah.
I'm not ridiculous. I'm not a
it's
conspiracy
150
theorist.
post-Clinton presidency. When you go before then it's the 400.
Everything included, yeah. From Arkansas governor till now. That's 400 is selling that one short, probably.
So this guy...
But this Mark Middleton, he hung himself...
Right.
And shot himself in the chest at the same time with a shotgun. And initially they said, that's weird because there was no gun. Huh. Now they're saying, here we are going on a year later. No, there was a gun.
Right.
There was a shotgun 30 feet away.
Was it a belt or a cord?
It was an extension cord.
Yeah, cord that he
So he wrapped that around the tree, supposedly, then on his neck, and then shot himself in the chest and fell, and that tightened that's what they say. Anyway, it sounds so logical.
That's what happened.
Who hasn't done it that way or tried it that way? I mean, come on. What a weird event.
Okay, if you really want to kill yourself like this.
Pills? How about sleeping pills?
Well, no, I'm just saying, do you plan a little better
I don't know.
than the extension cord?
That's all he could find.
Yeah, in a pinch.
That's all he could
when
find.
someone is there with you.
I want to hang myself and I want to shoot myself. I've got a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take this extension cord with me and we'll just do that.
So you got the extension cord around your neck, and then you're holding a shotgun.
Right. Wanted to cover his bases.
To try to, and then I guess squeezing the trigger with your thumb, and then
and when you kill yourself, you want to shoot yourself in the chest
with buckshot.
Hold on. And
that's what you want. You want a lot of buckshot going in because that's got to be a super easy way to die.
Right. And then you want to take the gun and throw it 30 feet away, and then you're gonna cue the extension cord to take it from here. What the hell? I mean,
there you go.
What do they expect us to believe this stuff?
Yes.
Perhaps he really planned this thing out well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. They did say it was self-inflicted. Sure sounds like it, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Did they?
It sure does.
The interesting thing was that after he shot himself and hung himself, he cut himself down and rolled into the street and had a car run over him after that too.
For good measure.
So just to make sure that he was actually
not far
dead.
off from what they want us to believe.
What a determined individual.
Yes, he was quite determined. I don't know. 59 years old, former Clinton aide. It's just bizarre how many people around the Clintons have died in some super unusual, very almost incomprehensible
I'm so
way.
glad I've never met them.
The Clintons?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's
me too.
I don't even know them. Never talked to them. We're good.
Yeah. I mean, and that includes a whole bunch of the former Secret Service members for them, too. I think 10, 12, 14, something like that. Well, people are going to die. Yeah.
That's right.
In very interesting ways, too, which is fascinating.
People are going to die, just usually not that many around you.
Usually not.
Usually not.
How many strange deaths can you count in your little sphere? Yeah.
A couple maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Couple hundred or just a couple?
Well.
Well, we'll look into that.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Great to have you with us. Got a few tweets here. Kitchen utensil survivor tweets. I don't know if any other administration has had more problems getting the name of the current president correct.
No joke.
Yeah. Nicole Archer 2.0. MTG was talking about decentralizing political power. Gear Guts. All this talk about streaks and gases and not a single Jeffy joke.
Yeah, I was actually more surprised that you didn't pick up on the baby elephant comparison.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I thought you were going to land.
That's funny.
Yeah, you like it?
I do, yeah.
Being compared to baby elephants?
Jeffy, I'm sorry, Pat, he likes it. So let's try that.
Well, it's not a full-size elephant. Nobody would compare you to that.
Although
we have multiple times. No, we wouldn't do it again.
Right.
Obviously.
Not when we're doing a story that has baby elephants in it.
Right.
They'll be stupid.
Now, if it was whales.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Whale offspring.
We usually land on whales.
Yeah, we do a lot of times. Or a walrus, something like that.
Right. Or hell, a planet. Jupiter itself. That's Jeffy now.
Or just a human so big he gets stuck between the moon and New York City.
But that's it, though.
But other than that,
yeah, that's it.
We would never disparage you or your weight or any of that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
you're
you
welcome.
for that. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Adrian Slade Show tweets, thank you, Pat, for referencing the best Muse album of their catalog.
Oh.
Yeah, some good stuff there. I used to love Muse. And then
What changed? What changed?
Not sure if it was listening to their babbling stupidity on politics. When they sing about how things were going wrong and really everything they said sounded like the Obama administration.
That sure did.
And then all of a sudden they're all about the Obama administration. That kind of pissed me off. Toothpaste words. So did the Clinton aide kill himself with a finger shotgun?
Oh, yeah.
Finger guns are just as dangerous, right? Remember the Class 2 firearm that we talked about a while ago? Just ask all the kids that have been expelled from school for those, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Also, man, we're just talking about strange deaths, and the Clintons potentially, allegedly, being responsible for some of them. You know, like the former head of the Democrat Party, Ron. What was his name? How quickly people forget.
I know.
Remember, he was supposedly going to blow.
Oh, Ron Brown?
Ron Brown
Transportation
was
Secretary?
supposedly going to blow the lid off some Clinton scandal. I don't know if it was Whitewater or what it was. But
That's the
then
one that they found in the car?
No, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, yeah, because he
As
was
several
Secretary
have
of
done.
Commerce,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
And then remember the Clinton thing? He was walking with someone, I don't remember who, but the
At
two
his
were
funeral.
They were leaving the funeral laughing and talking and enjoying themselves. And then all of a sudden, they went immediately to crying
There's a
because
camera.
there was a camera involved. Which doesn't necessarily mean he killed him. But is somewhat suspicious.
Because that's how China got a hold of so much of that technology.
From Clinton.
By classifying stuff that falls under the Department of Commerce as opposed to the Department of Defense.
And people always say, well, you tried to impeach him over Monica Lewinsky. No, my thing was selling secrets to the Chinese. That was his biggest crime as far as I'm concerned. But nobody cared about that at the time, or now, or any time in between.
And there's actually a book, Dereliction of Duty, about this that I would highly recommend that details how
about the Chinese
Clinton,
Can't be about Monica.
No.
Monica was not derelict in her duties.
And da-dunch.
And neither was he, frankly, with her. So, 5 people were just killed, though, in a twin-engine plane crash in Arkansas.
Where did it happen?
Arkansas.
Tell us where exactly it happened, Pat.
In Little Rock, Arkansas, at the it occurred near, not at, but near the Bill and Hillary Clinton Airport.
Oh, well
in
then.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Add 5 more names to the list.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, this is weird, man.
That is weird.
Yeah, these guys were off going. They were supposed to be going to something that has already been
the metal factory
sabotaged,
explosion,
an accident.
Right, the metal factory explosion that occurred last week.
Mm-hmm.
These environmental scientists were headed up there to investigate it, and next thing you know,
they're gone.
Bill and Hillary got to him.
Huh. It is interesting.
Allegedly, in your humble opinion, that perhaps happened.
It is interesting that they were on their way to inspect an explosion.
Yeah.
A factory that exploded.
So it's just
interesting.
I mean,
sad and tragic and weird. I mean, why do people start thinking conspiratorial thoughts? Well, because
they all come true. That's
weird
why.
Stuff like this.
Because it always comes true. We always end up being right.
So, speaking of the Clintons, Chelsea has written a children's book. That's great. Yeah, about women.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
She's like a strong woman, I hear.
Chelsea?
Yeah.
Oh, one of the strongest in the world.
And like her mom, too, is like
strong
alpha woman.
You bet.
Yeah.
And she's celebrating Rachel Levine in the book, who you might recognize as not a woman.
That's absolutely not true. She's been through
okay, I'm sorry. She is a transgender.
Thank you.
They are a transgender
She's
woman.
been 100% through all the surgeries and stuff. She is a female.
Okay, I mean, you can tell by the hands, obviously, in this picture.
So let me ask you another
delicate.
question, now that I just stumbled into this. When you're speaking of someone singular, but using a plural word like they. Is it not they is instead of they are?
I like it.
I think
Might be.
I think we stumbled onto something
Might
here.
be.
Do we have
Grammatically,
They is.
Yeah, because yesterday Jeff and I
they
we were talking about
was.
Sam Britton, the kleptomaniac, in a dress. Apparently, that designer whose luggage he allegedly stole and ended up modeling on social media, she posted something else where they. I want to be correct.
Thank you.
I don't want to say he.
Thank you.
They were. How do you word it again? They is wearing her jewelry too. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a
they
nice.
is wearing their jewelry.
Her.
No, her
jewelry.
Her
He stole
jewelry.
from. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, see.
All right.
So they is wearing her jewelry on
that
social
he's,
media.
that she claims was
this
in her
lady,
luggage.
This lady, in case you aren't aware, Pat, her luggage disappeared from an airport several years back.
Yeah.
And with all the attention paid to Sam Britton doing what he does, she went through and she saw these pictures of him online wearing her clothes. And so yesterday we had the side-by-sides of her wearing it. And him.
So great.
Yeah, so he's a freak. They're
There
a
it
freak.
is.
They're a freak.
Oh, man.
They are a freak.
They is.
They is a freak.
They is a freak.
Yeah, there you go. So
when they is singular, don't you have to? You got to change.
I like that.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. So I don't want to see any more of these stories. They are, and you're like, who?
You got to stop and go back and
what
figure
group
out
are
what
you
are we talking
talking
about.
about?
I can't.
Every time.
Every time.
And then I think, oh, okay, we're woke here. All right.
Right.
I got it.
Right.
So in this upcoming installment of a children's book series about women, I mean, if you're a woman, how pissed off are you on this nonsense? Come on. As a transgender woman, Levine, who serves as Assistant Secretary for Health in the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, is actually, of course, a biological man. The children's book uses female pronouns, though, to refer to Levine. Chelsea writes, and Rachel was born transgender, or trans for short. That means that she was born with a boy body, but on the inside, in her mind and in her heart, she was a girl.
Not
the book reads.
a chick.
The first time that Rachel knew for sure that she was a trans girl was when she was 5 years old. Isn't this great directed at children? This won't be confusing to them at all. This is great. Gives you an opportunity to address all of these gender and sexual questions that you want your 5-year-old
we are
to
raising
ask.
The lost generation.
The book includes an introduction by Chelsea and is scheduled to be released later on this year on June 6th. Not till then. Dang it.
Did you pre-order?
Yeah, it'll come early.
I haven't yet, but I'm going to as soon as the show's over.
Why don't you do it right now? We'll wait.
Okay.
Jeffy and I will just hang out here while you.
Do you know
take
where
care
I
of the
can
order.
go to?
Yeah, on your
pre-order?
computer. You could probably just go to like
On your
Amazon or something.
computer.
Yeah, and just we'll wait while you do it. We don't want to forget
You
this
mentioned
kind of
something
thing.
earlier
It's so
in the show,
important.
something called Google. And
We
just
did
type
mention
in,
that.
Just type in
Is that
Chelsea.
a thing?
Pat,
Google, that sounds like a dumb name.
When it's something
it sure does.
this important, we want to make sure you don't forget. So
Let's
go
see.
ahead and take care of that ordering. And,
Pre-order.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Jeffy, you got any big plans this weekend while we wait for Pat to make sure he pre-orders that Chelsea Clinton book?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I do not. No. I wish I did, though. Tell you that. Well, I mean, today's a huge day. I'm going to see Cocaine Bear.
Oh, yeah. Cool. We need a review on Monday, man.
Are you really gonna? You're gonna go to Cocaine Bear?
I'm a little hurt that you asked me like that. I'll tell you that.
You got that thing ordered yet?
She persisted. Is that? It's a boxed set. Is this the right one?
I don't know. What it's called?
No,
what?
that's old. That's old. She persisted.
She persisted. Was that about her mom?
Unfortunately, it looks
persisted.
like it's not available yet
Not
on
even
pre-order.
for pre-order.
Oh, wow.
Damn,
What is
man.
happening?
Got my hopes
That's
all
a-
up just to
that's
be
a lie.
dashed.
You're
I mean,
just-
you're
just saying that so you don't
Okay,
have to
so-
order it in front of us.
So that's on the
can't find
publisher. I mean, the publisher making this
Thank you.
known.
Thank you.
Before people can order it, you got our hopes up. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
ready to go, and
I can't believe she's out promoting this stupid book and you
Right,
can't,
you can't even
pre-order it.
pre-order.
You can't
That's
even get it.
dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb.
That's actually dumb.
I'm angry for Pat now
Thank you.
because you were so looking
Appreciate
forward
that, Keith.
to that.
I really do, because, man, did I want to read that and
Right?
read it today. And you know what? I don't want to just pre-order it. I want it delivered digitally to me in 5 seconds. That's how I like my books.
You were hoping to get in time for the plane ride
Yes.
today.
If it takes longer than 30 seconds to download,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right. Anybody remember Madeleine McCann? Remember her parents, I think, lived in Britain, right? And they went on vacation in Spain?
Portugal, I think.
Portugal.
Was it Portugal?
Spain, somewhere in there. Portugal, yeah, more than 15 years ago.
Okay.
And Madeleine was, what was she?
Okay.
3 years old.
Yep.
Okay.
She was 3 at the time, so add 15 to that.
2007?
She'd be 18 years old.
All right.
Okay.
There is a Polish woman now. Now they couldn't figure out the mystery. The parents.
And she went missing, right?
She went missing.
We don't know
Portugal.
what happened to her.
Don't know what happened to her.
Taken from her room.
Never found her. Never had any clues as to who might have abducted her. None of that stuff.
So sad.
Now there's a Polish woman who claims she is Madeleine McCann, the British toddler who went missing. Okay. Social media users are casting doubt on her claims. How dare they? Well, okay, there she is. At 3
spitting image
and 18. You can't tell the difference.
Spitting
Which
image.
is which? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, there are similarities. You could say, okay, maybe.
You could put any face up there. That's me.
So social media is doubting that she's the British girl. Madeleine's parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, along with their 3 children, Madeleine and twins.
Yeah, what are they? I mean,
Sean and Emily.
So if it's true, then they had something to do possibly with her abduction, right?
Who?
Her parents, McCann's parents.
Had something to do with her abduction?
Wait, you're talking about the Polish?
Yeah, the Polish
parents?
people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
not the McCanns, the Polish people.
You would
yeah,
think
yeah,
so, yeah.
Yeah.
You would
I mean,
think
they've
so.
got us, but haven't they said, no, she's our kid. She's got some issues.
Yeah.
Right?
She wants the counseling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, why? Didn't that happen not long ago with some guy in Texas that came back from Europe saying that he was the kid
Lost
that went
child.
missing? Yeah,
and he wasn't.
And right,
And
he was
wasn't.
not correct. And I mean, there's definitely it's not like 1842. We can. There's ways to know.
Yeah,
whether
it's
you're
called
really-
DNA revolutionary. But this woman says, I don't remember most of my childhood. How convenient. And my earliest memory is very strong, and it's about holidays in a hot place where we were on a beach and white or very light-colored buildings.
Wait a minute. That sounds like my childhood.
Does it?
Like maybe I'm Madeleine
Wait,
McCann.
what?
You are.
What does she remember?
Hot beaches and
white
light-colored
buildings.
buildings.
That sounds like my childhood.
Right. See, maybe you're my goodness.
It does not sound like my
Really?
childhood on the mean streets.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
it was
well.
not hot, nor were there white buildings.
Oh, you got to go to Panama City Beach, Florida.
If this gets me to Portugal, I'm in.
Social media users who were at first curious about the claims are now wary about the viral account.
Oh boy!
After she posted a photo of her mother and then deleted it.
Oh yeah, because they claimed that she looked like her mom.
Yeah.
Right. And
Right. Yeah.
So you could tell there was a bigger resemblance of her and her mother than her and the kid.
So why not just do the DNA? Is that what they're attempting to do?
Is that what's next here?
I guess.
Just do DNA, and you can nip this in the bud.
Right now.
Right? It's not that hard anymore.
And what is the end goal? I mean, I don't understand. Are the McCanns? Is he the McCanns of the great McCann family that I'm not aware of? Is it the McCann shoes or McCann
we have an update
sodas?
here.
I mean, why does she want to become part of this family?
Because she thinks that that's her family. I mean, if you believe her story. But here we go. Update. This woman in Poland, I can't pronounce her last name. Apparently she is not going to take the DNA test. Let's see. Here's the headline.
What?
Here's the headline.
Okay.
Hold on. It says, family of Polish woman claiming to be Madeleine McCann refuses DNA test.
Family won't give it to her. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So they could be wanted for something else. Back off me.
You know what would be weird
Right.
is if she turned out not to be Madeleine, but Anastasia.
Why would?
I don't think the timeline.
The Grand Duchess of Russia.
I don't think it.
Would that be cool? That would.
I mean,
be,
it would be.
That
I
actually
just don't
would be
know
cool.
that. I don't know that it works.
She's not Madeleine, after all.
Oh, my gosh.
It turns out she's Anastasia, the missing Russian princess. Damn. How did we not see that happening? I don't know, because she'd be, I don't know, like 130.
That's what I mean. If you're going to claim to be somebody, why not claim to be her?
Thank you.
Right?
So why can't the parents of the kidnapped child, Madeleine McCann, they could do the DNA test.
Correct.
And compare it to Julia.
If Julia will do it, they don't need her family.
Right.
Poland.
Yeah, right. Okay, let me tell you about Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifiers. Man, do we love these things. In the home, in my house, they clean up the odors. They don't just mask them. I really don't like the perfumey smell that comes from a lot of these things. It's just nasty. Smells like a funeral home or something, like flowers. I can't handle that. I've got a very sensitive olfactory.
Really?
Me too. Yeah. So this purifies the air. It cleans the air. In this room, where we've all been choking and coughing for months and months and months, it cleaned up the air, and it sends out O3 molecules, which destroy the odors and the viruses and the pollutants. It's great. It eliminates them, not just covers them up. Right now, you can save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. You get 3 units under $200. Compare that to about $600 for the other guys. Fantastic. Put one in whatever room you need. You just put them into the wall, plug them in, turn it on, and you're done. No filters to replace, any of that. It's just so easy. So you're getting 3 units for under $200. Go to Eden Pure Deals, EDEN Pure Deals, EdenPureDeals.com. Use the promo code PAT to save $200. EdenPureDeals.com, discount code PAT, and the shipping is free.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Point of personal privilege.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Good idea. All right. Please.
Well, he's asking.
He's asking. We just got that back.
They is asking.
And you're welcome. No, they are asking.
Yeah.
I assume.
Because you can't use gendered language to address everyone. It's hurtful to people. It is hurtful to them. Then there was this guy that there was too much sensory overload going on.
First of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload.
Right.
There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Wow.
I mean, he was so nice.
Can we not have whispering?
He was asking, being nice. He was requesting. Could we just please? I mean, we just please not be so loud.
The pandering to these little darlings.
That is a guy who has had his ass kicked multiple times in school.
And deservedly so.
Excuse me, guys. The chatter.
Can we stop with the whispering in the class? I'm on sensory overload right now. Can we stop?
Ability to focus.
I can't focus right now. Can we stop with the chattering and the whispering?
Seriously, dude, you should not leave your home. Ever. Ever. Go back to your parents' basement.
I still get to live my life. Okay? You just need to
Everybody
help
else
me out
just
a little
needs
bit.
to conform. That's great.
But he asked nicely.
He did ask
He wasn't
nicely.
screaming. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't demanding. He was just saying, hey.
Please.
He did say please a couple of times.
He did.
I believe so.
And I think he thanked everyone, too. Just the sensory overload thing was a little too much for him.
And who can blame him? Who can blame him? I know we're all just...
On sensory overload?
Yeah. Yes, we are. There's just too much whispering going on in this country.
It's not just
can we
whispering.
Stop with
it's
it?
being when it's loud and everybody's clamoring and clanking.
I don't like it.
Clamoring and clanking.
Yeah.
What's he going to do when he's got like children and grandchildren in his house?
That's not going to happen.
I got news for you.
Yeah,
that guy's not going to be procreating anytime soon.
All right. Speaking of procreating, Madonna posted a selfie asking if she's cute now that the swelling from her surgeries has gone down. You be the judge.
Yeah, because everybody's making fun of her at the Grammys, right? With the swollen face. I don't know if we have the side by side, but the Grammy shot was, she was swollen, no question, and she's just making fun of getting the surgery and the swelling because you want to talk about
3 cuts to Clownface. This is about 3,000 cuts to Clownface.
Yeah, and she's done. She's had some other body parts worked on as well.
Wait, Madonna?
Oh, yeah.
Madonna has gone under the knife.
I know. I'm just saying, not that I follow her on Instagram, but I'm aware of,
Are you
many
aware?
of the new shots. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to her. I was looking at her Instagram account here moments ago, and she's deleted,
unrecognizable.
She's deleted a bunch of stuff. I'm a little disappointed. I'm glad I screenshotted some of it.
What is
We're all happy for you.
I know.
Happy for you.
I know. Well,
yeah, that's great.
You never know when you're going to need them.
And I like the cap that says spiritually hungry. I think we've all suspected that about Madonna all these years, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody's spiritually hungrier than
Madonna. You betcha. She's getting ready for another tour.
Oh.
Yeah,
no,
she just promoted.
setting?
She just
In the bars
promoted
with
another tour that they're
50
getting ready to
people?
go on. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called.
Well,
I could
she
find
needs
out,
an intimate crowd now.
That was the
You know?
last time. That was the that was the X tour or whatever, right?
She would do the AT&T stadiums that, seat 100,000, but she wants it to be intimate.
And then
that's why she's doing 7-Eleven parking lots.
And then she got remember she got injured, and so she had to cancel a bunch of her performances.
Remember that so well.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
We going this time, Pat?
All right.
Oh, you kidding me?
Yeah.
I haven't been to a Madonna concert since 1990, so I'm in. I am.
Hold on, you've been to a Madonna concert?
Yeah. Glenn and I took our wives in D.C. And
that was good.
Boy, did we regret that.
What? That was awesome. Madonna's great.
It was the opposite of awesome.
Madonna is great. Oh, yeah, and in fact, Madonna has added a 6th and final London show for the
Thank
2023
goodness.
tour.
Wow.
So, that's the one we'll make.
So we got to go clear to London to see one
No,
of the
but she's
6?
just added a 6th show. I'm just letting people in London know.
Who's going to Madonna concerts at this day and age? Who?
Whoa.
Who?
Madonna fans.
Do the stage lights melt her face at this point?
Yes. Yes, they could.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Why does this keep happening? There's another activist, woman of color, who isn't a woman of color. Her mom says she's white as the driven snow, just like me, she says. An influential social justice advocacy group leader who claimed to be a woman of color is actually white. So great. She's chosen to live a lie, and I find that very, very sad, according to her mom, Carol Perrone.
You raised her, Carol.
So Carol Perrone gave birth, obviously, to Rachel Elizabeth Saraswati, who's a Muslim activist who serves as the Chief Equity, Inclusion, and Culture Officer for the Progressive American Friends Service Committee.
Those are good gigs, man.
Good gigs.
Do we have a picture? What's her name? Rachel Swerazade?
Rachel Saraswati. Sarah and then Swati. With an I at the end.
Okay. I'm looking for her.
She
looks white. I mean, she's white.
She claims herself as a person of color.
Yeah. Perrone, her mom, told The Intercept that her ethnic heritage is German and British on her mother's side, and Calabrese Italian on her now deceased father's side. So she's not Arab, she's not black, and I don't know why this keeps happening. Well, that one makes her look a little bit ethnic, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Crying.
Yeah.
Crying.
Maybe that's just a really deep dark tan, though.
I mean,
interesting. Okay. So
I'm going to try to find a
can't you just be a white person and not lie about it and then fight for Muslim rights if that's what your passion is? Why can't you just do that? Especially if you are a member of Islam. Couldn't you just be an advocate for Islam?
Sure. Maybe not, but why?
And name yourself as who you really are. Why do you have to lie about it? It's weird. It's weird. And I want it to stop.
Oh, here she is, a little girl.
Okay.
Totally Arab in descent there.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Sure.
She going to school in the heart of the DRC right there.
There you go. Blonde hair.
Yeah. Okay. Blue eyes. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Here we go. There she is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Look at that.
Quite clearly a woman of color. right there. It's a little girl of non-color who grew into a woman of color.
Interesting how
that can happen.
It absolutely
That can happen.
She's proof positive of that.
If there are birthing persons, then there certainly are women of color persons who used to be white but aren't anymore.
So it's just a benefit, right? It's a benefit of being accepted more. Saying you're a person of color than just the white chick.
You're pandering.
And I would say it's no more different than the same trap that quote trans kids fall into, where you are backed into this corner, right, by society that says, oh, you're white, oh, you're straight, oh my gosh, you are no value to this society. And so she's just gone a different route as far as trying to quote fit in.
Right. Well, now, woke biologists are claiming systemic racism is driving animals out of deprived areas as they ditch poor ethnic neighborhoods in favor of wealthier white districts.
Animals are racist now?
You have a problem with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's terrible. It's gotten so bad that even the animals are racist.
Right. But it's not really the animals, right? They're just saying that Whitey ran them off.
Yeah, that's right.
Building the neighborhood.
No choice but of theirs. They're just compelled.
Scientists claim there are fewer wild animals in neighborhoods where mostly people of color live, and their absence is affecting residents' mental health. And obviously that's being done on purpose.
Every neighborhood wants
wild animals in there.
You want coyotes running free?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we know your white neighborhood had beavers, so
right.
There's a coyote been hanging out.
Not seeing beavers down in the hood. I'll tell you that.
You're not?
No.
Really?
Well, those kind of beavers.
Okay. All right. A research study that looked into the genetic diversity of wildlife in neighborhoods across the U.S. found government rules that previously mandated separate neighborhoods based on race is still having lingering after effects on where animals choose to live decades later.
And this is the same argument that Mayor Pete tries to use on highways. Right, it's the same
that
thing.
they're racist as well. Yeah.
It's the same argument. It's because of how municipalities were built and constructed, and it's all built on this racist platform.
And built by white guys, I'd like to point out. That Mayor Pete
the damn construction workers who are nothing but white.
Nothing but white.
As you see it, every construction project in this country.
Wow.
And we allowed the animals to come back into the cities during COVID. I mean, because we locked down so much. Animals were coming back into the cities looking for food and everything and attacking people. So they're back. Shut up.
They're back. Shut up.
Plus, if you want animals, go to the zoo. No one supports zoos more than me, Jeff Fisher and Chewing the Fat. And so if you want to see animals, no one supports zoos more than
you do.
Me and Chewing the Fat, my show. And so just go to the zoo.
That.
Well,
I appreciate that.
And
Thank
so
you.
do the zoos. They should.
And again, America, remember, no one supports zoos more than Jeff Fisher.
Thank you.
No one.
So, okay, that story. I would tell you. I mean, they just when you think they have tried to inject race into everything they could possibly find, they go and say that the animals are choosing the rich neighborhoods.
Areas with less diversity could be having negative effects on both the mental and physical health of the people who live in such deprived neighborhoods.
And you hate to hear that.
You do hate to hear
if there's not a leopard running through a neighborhood, those people clearly don't have a shot at a good life.
No, they
don't.
You're missing out. There's not a wild boar.
I don't know how many leopards I've seen running through my area, but it's too many.
I mean,
they took care of the
them
beavers,
should
right?
be in Dallas.
I see raccoons. I see raccoons all the time.
Well, careful. There was one on the loose in Dallas.
A leopard?
As a matter of fact.
Yeah. Well, there need to be more.
Need to be more.
The guy let him out.
Yeah.
The guy let him
That's
out.
because there was
zoo.
enough diversity of animals in that neighborhood. It was down in Dallas. And he's like, hey, you need some monkeys. You need some leopards. Let's go. Let's diversify.
Well, yeah, because it's having a negative effect. The disappearance of these wild animals is having a negative effect on more diverse neighborhoods.
I mean, I see raccoons outside of this building all the time.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you talking about?
That's
You look at
fine.
me like...
Oh, yeah, they live over in that little bushy area.
And they also
from the
live
door.
down in this sewer at the end of this building. They come out of the sewer.
Okay.
They're cute.
There.
Didn't know. I don't think I've ever seen a raccoon.
One of them had Taco Bell. Somebody's order was left out front there, and he was having.
And the
a field
raccoon
day.
got it.
Yeah,
you're lucky that doesn't happen more often. Raccoons and the big raccoons, they'll take you on.
Well,
Don't mess around. That was one of the raccoons I used to run into in Florida. If you come outside and they're trying to get in your trash can, and you're like, "Hey," and they turn around and look at you like, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking at your garbage here. You go back inside.
So
you don't want to mess with those raccoons, man.
You don't want to mess with them if they're in the daytime. That means they have rabies because they're nocturnal.
Most likely, yeah.
They're messed up in the head if they're out in the day. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I
want to play that. Now you got me wanting to play this arena game somebody posted on Twitter, Jeffy.
What is that?
Where you get trapped in an arena with wild animals and stuff?
Yeah.
There are you're trapped with 50 hawks, 10 crocodiles. Can we put it up on the screen so people can play along? 10 crocodiles, 3 brown bears, 15 wolves, 1 hunter with a rifle, 7 buffalo, 10,000 rats, 5 gorillas, and 4 lions.
Okay.
You pick 2 to defend you. The others are going to attack you.
Okay.
And the goal is to survive 1 hour.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, I've got my selection.
Easy picks.
Yeah, for me, for sure.
Easy picks.
I think those are really hard picks.
Yeah.
Really?
What? Okay, what are your picks?
All right, I'll tell you my picks, all right? And I'm lasting more than an hour.
Okay.
All right. I'm winning this whole thing. All right. 10,000 rats, 50 hawks.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
You
That's
take,
exactly
you
what
take
I'm
the
doing.
air and the ground.
That's
the rest
exactly
of,
what
the rest
I'm
of these
doing.
dingleberries are dead.
Yeah. You can't fend off 10,000 rats.
And then 50 hawks in the sky attacking?
Exactly. That's
No way.
exactly what I picked, Jeffy.
No way, yeah. Well, I picked them first.
I don't think so. Check my tweets.
That's my game, and I'm playing it.
Yeah, I don't think so. So anyhow, you and I are going to survive because we, like you said, you got the air and the ground, and you got to know though, is there any place to hide from the hunter though? Because I don't want to be taken out during this.
Oh well, you're going to lose some, but there's some expendable rats.
I have to survive.
There's
I
some
don't want
expendable
the hunter.
rats and hawks. That's fine, but
I'm talking about me. Am I hiding behind anything? Of course, he can't get a shot off if the hawks are
correct. And by the time he's looking up the hawks, the rats are climbing up his legs. You're good.
Yep, Jeffy. I mean, Pat. What are you picking?
I was thinking 15 wolves. That's a pretty good pack, right there.
That is a pretty good pack.
That's a pretty good pack.
That is a good pack, and they could do some damage.
I mean, you got to go wolves, and the rats are the only other thing that bothers me because if you don't go with the rats, they're coming out. They're coming after you.
That's right.
I
That's
know.
right. That's right.
I
That's
know.
right.
That's not a bad bet, though. The wolves
so maybe
are a good
15
pack.
wolves and 10,000 rats.
Yeah.
And then I'm surviving all day, not just an hour. As long as I'm in the arena with these, I'm surviving.
That's what I was thinking, but that's why I went with the hawks because I wanted the air defense.
Well, hawks just fly away.
So now wait a minute. If you take out a buffalo, right? If you can get one, then you can just spend the rest of the time hiding behind the buffalo, the dead one.
I also don't like the choice of a rifle. How much ammo do I have?
Right.
One
It's not
hunter
you,
with
it's
a
just
rifle?
one rifle. Oh, if you choose it. Yeah. Right.
I guess we have to assume unlimited.
Because if he's got a 50 cal,
Right. I'm going with the 50 cal and I'm killing all the rats.
the rats and the 50 cal, I'm winning. I'm taking y'all down. Right.
Yes. So we got it settled.
Okay.
Right?
There you go.
We got it settled.
We're lasting at least an hour.
At
We win.
least with a 50 cal?
Yeah.
I feel
yeah.
pretty good about our chances.
Yeah. No problem.
I feel good about it.
All right.
It changed things a little bit, but that's all right. It's all right.
We're solving the world's problems here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
As we always do. And you're welcome. Huge metal sphere has washed up on a Japanese beach, and it's baffling to officials. They don't know.
Do we know
where
what it is
came
yet?
from. It's a giant iron ball.
It rolled up the other day, and they I don't know that they've decided if they figured out what it is yet.
Spaceship.
Oh yeah, okay.
They have not. Its mysterious origins remain unknown. Wow. It's almost 5 feet in diameter.
That's big.
Man, this thing must be heavy. It was found by a runner on Enchuhama Beach on the coastal city of Hamamatsu and reported to police. According to state broadcast officials, local police and a bomb squad investigated the discovery, confirming through X-rays that the sphere appears to be hollow. Weird. Local officials said the object was not a threat and maybe a type of buoy.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah, that kind of ruined the whole thing.
I think it's a UFO. I think you misread that. Might be a type of UFO.
It might be, and it may be a type of a UFO or unidentified flying object from outer space.
Because it wasn't floating. I guess it floated in, so it could be an unidentified floating object.
Oh, nice job.
Made of iron, even if it's hollow. Wouldn't that be too heavy to float?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Right
to the bottom.
I mean, that takes some. There must have been some serious waves pushing that thing.
But there seems like, put the picture back up if you don't mind. Well, the other one, I think the other one might show it. See, there's like a little thing you could hook onto at the top.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was definitely connected to something. A spaceship, probably.
Probably a UFO.
My guess. It's just a educated guess.
News of the strange object has been circulated online, leading to a flurry of speculation that it could be a Godzilla egg.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Or a Dragon Ball from the popular Japanese show Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Right.
I never miss an episode.
Oh, yeah? I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah,
Tell us
Dragon Ball.
about the show Dragon Ball. Yeah, tell me about it.
I can't. It's too complicated. I can't get into
we've
it
got
right
some
now.
time
Just
here.
start watching it.
We've got some time.
Have you seen, there's another Japanese thing called 100, I don't know, something or others. 100 athletes are competing in these games and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's that
Yeah,
called?
I know what you're talking about.
It's a
Though.
show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japan. I think it's on Netflix,
They have
right?
these competitions.
Physical 100?
Yeah.
Yes, Physical
Yeah.
100. Uh-huh.
On Netflix, let's see.
Yeah, they do some. Originally, was that the one that started out? Isn't that Sly Stone's bit?
Is it? I don't know.
I think it is. I think that started off.
Sly Stone owns it, or
I think so.
started it?
I think that's the one. Maybe I might be thinking of another one. But they were where he started one where they were doing events like that. I can't remember what it was, and that's why I think it was this one. But it was.
Are you thinking of Dwayne The Rock Johnson? No.
Are you thinking about being one of the athletes that participates with it?
Are you thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
Screw your freedom.
Screw your freedom.
I mean, Arnie might.
Are you thinking about Liam Neeson?
I used to, but no. I like Leo, but he's one of those. He's
Are
another
you
one of those
thinking about
guys.
Leo DiCaprio?
Yes.
Maybe that. There
I
we
love
go.
Leo.
I knew I'd nail it.
I'm a fan of Leo.
Are you?
Yeah. The women in his life, 25, hit the road.
He traded one in recently, right?
Yes, he
for
did.
a 19-year-old.
Yes, he did.
Oh, God.
I
And what
am
is
a
he?
fan.
63 or something now?
What does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Oh, it doesn't matter. 25. That's the number, baby.
Age is a number.
I've actually
47.
I posted the chart of all the ex-girlfriends, man.
Of Leo?
Yeah, and I mean it's
there've been a few.
21.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few.
Yeah.
And when they start getting
some fairly attractive ones, is that
fairly
possible
attractive?
too?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's almost like you know him.
Yeah.
And,
young and fairly attractive.
Absolutely.
Huh. Weird. That's
Start
weird.
hitting that 25 mark.
How'd I get that? Bye-bye. All right. I love this video. In a gym, there is a man who is apparently staring at a woman.
Oh, you can't be doing that, bro.
And she took some offense to it, and I don't blame her.
Wow.
Here's what happened.
Busted.
I'm blind. I'm standing there doing a tricep pushdown exercise, and since I can't see, I'm just kind of staring off into space doing my thing. Halfway through a set, I start hearing footsteps that seem like they're coming in my direction, getting closer and closer and closer, until all of a sudden, this woman's right up in my face going, "I didn't come here to be stared at!" Huh? "I'm sorry, I'm blind," I say to her. Her response? "I don't care. Stop staring at me."
I don't care.
She storms off and comes back with the manager a couple minutes later. I reach into my wallet and pull out an ID card from the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind and explain to this guy as well, "I'm blind. I wasn't staring at anybody." He says, "Okay, but you still can't make other gym members uncomfortable by looking at them."
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Just can't be doing that, bro.
Okay.
That's funny.
That's
not sad. No, it's not funny.
Oh,
okay.
No, that's not funny. That's how stupid we are.
Yeah. Why do we need north? We could just go straight.
Yeah, right.
You know.
And what's a blind person doing staring at a woman?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Well, I can't stare at people because I don't know what I'm looking at.
How is he
about
even?
that?
How is he even in the gym?
Why
are we?
Why are we allowing blind people in the gym now? I don't know. What's going on in America where the blind could just walk into a gym like that?
So, in your many visits to the gym, Jeff Fisher, have you never seen a blind person working out there?
I have not, but it's a good line. I'll tell you, I'll use that in
I'm
the future.
blind. Sorry, ma'am.
What are you staring at? Nothing. I'm blind.
That would be a good excuse.
Darn right it would be.
It would. You might have to show some ID.
I'm going to get a fake ID today.
All right. I don't think that was the point of playing that video. I don't think so. No.
We got there. That's good.
Also, a man from Milton, Ontario in Canada has been charged with second-degree murder after shooting a man who was trying to rob his home.
Unbelievable.
The Canadians, so far gone.
This is bad.
It was part of a 5-man home invasion.
Oh, my.
One intruder was pronounced dead after being shot. One more was arrested, and the remaining 3 are still at large. Approximately 5 in the morning, the suspects went to the house with the intent to commit robbery. The group was confronted by the man charged with the murder offense, Ali Mian, 22, and apparently multiple gunshots were fired inside his home at these people who just invaded it.
Mm-hmm.
He also lives with his mom, who was being attacked by one of the intruders.
5 guys break into your home, and you're not allowed to defend yourself?
And the intruder had a gun that he was attacking the mother with. How is this possible?
The world
I don't know.
Insane.
The lawyer also told the outlet that Mian's gun is legally registered. He only fired it once without the intention to kill. Well, what does that matter? Just
right.
Whether you intend to kill them or not, you should be able to. If they're in your house attacking your mother.
I think you're trying anything at this point to avoid the ridiculousness that is the Canadian rule of law.
After shooting the armed man, he allegedly called the police. The intruder, who was shot and killed, has not been identified. However, one of the alleged home invaders has been identified and charged with breaking and entering an unauthorized possession of a firearm. So that guy was armed as well. Police were only able to identify the group's getaway car as a light-colored Dodge Charger. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau famously said in 2022, citizens can't use guns for self-protection in the country.
Unreal.
What?
I mean, that's... I just... There's no words left to describe
there aren't.
The West.
If you cannot protect yourself from
then we're done.
crime,
then we're
over.
just done.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. Thank goodness this was in Canada. If it was in Texas, we wouldn't even have a story on it. We have a culture where the difference is guns can be used for hunting or for sport shooting in Canada. And there are lots of gun owners, and they're mostly law-respecting and law-abiding. But you can't use a gun for self-protection in Canada. That's not a right that you have in the Constitution of Canada or anywhere else, according to Trudeau. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
That is very
hard to believe. You cannot protect yourself. So you're at the mercy, I guess, of the mounted police?
Yeah, the Mounties.
The Canadian Royal Mounted Police.
You got to hope the Mounties are around.
Oh, now I need some help here.
So stupid. That is amazing. I did not realize that about Canada's laws, that you couldn't defend yourself in your own home.
Because it doesn't seem sensible.
It doesn't. Well, they can't be there everywhere. And they certainly can't be there before your mom is killed.
Right.
There's no winning. It's kind of like in Ireland. Remember the guy who was attacked in his home, and he shot? Did he kill that guy too? Who was attacking him or stabbing him or something? It's a similar thing. I don't understand this society.
Not even for self-defense.
That seems like one of the most basic common sense things.
Sure does.
Is just self-defense inside your home. We're often told that's the only place you're allowed to defend yourself is inside your home.
The Castle Doctrine.
And then this happens, and no, actually, you're not even allowed to do that there.
But, hey, if you ever need to go hunting, feel free.
Yeah, I want to go hunting bad guys.
No. You can kill moose.
Can I kill all those animals in that arena that are attacking me?
No.
Wait, why?
No, you don't have a gun.
But they're attacking.
You don't have a gun.
I got the hunter now. I think we decided.
Okay.
This is...
It's just asinine.
Sure is.
The world just doesn't make any sense. And the West is just crumbling. And
you know what? I'm not gonna move to Canada now.
No, really.
Oh, were you planning on that?
You're just about to.
Where in Canada were you headed?
Ontario.
Really?
Right there.
Yeah, it's just nice. It's beautiful.
Alberta. You want to go out west?
Lethbridge.
Why don't you want to go to Edmonton?
Calgary. You know what is a beautiful Canadian city is Vancouver.
I know.
That's cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's big time.
If I had to live somewhere in
but
Canada,
you still get that. You still get
probably
that.
be Vancouver.
You get that West Coast bleed through.
Yeah, exactly.
West
Yeah,
Coast of
that's
the
true.
United States bleed through to Vancouver.
You got to
That
go
is-
to Alberta.
They are definitely. I mean, that city is.
Is it our bleed through or is it them bleeding through? To
I
us?
don't know, but there's
either.
definitely bleed through.
Yeah, there is.
Well, I mean, you spend how much time going up to
Newfoundland to
Newfoundland.
club baby
That's on the other
seals.
side.
Yeah,
That's
not
the other
enough
coast,
time.
though.
I don't spend enough time there.
Yeah.
But I'm going there again this week.
Oh, you're going to do
Awesome.
the round trip?
Yeah. I'm going to go to Newfoundland, and then my next stop is Utah for my daughter's wedding. So Jeffy and Keith will be holding down the fort next week. Have a great one.
Roundabout way.
But it's worth it to club the baby seals. See? So.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.